I went to bed that night around midnight. I heard barking, and we had a black lab, Max. He quit barking after a few moments, and I didn't hear another sound at all until 3 a.m. I'd wake to the sound of our door slamming up against the wall. I could see the silhouette of someone standing over us. Immediately, gun blasts began to go off. I'm starting to scream. Penny's screaming. We're being riddled with gunfire. I'm getting hit. And I remember throwing my body over Penny, trying to protect her. I took several shots in the chest and took a blast in the face, and then that shot blew me out of bed. I'm laying down in a pool of blood, and I'm trying to speak, but I can't. And I could hear heavy breathing. Somebody standing over me, and I could hear the reloading of the gun. I was shot 11 times. I could hear my wife screaming, saying, "Where's Terry? Where's Terry?" I would hear the voice of the killers. He told her, "Why don't you just die?" He put the sword that he had to her throat, and he rammed it in, and he slit her, nearly decapitating her. And every time she'd take a breath, I could hear the gurgling of the blood come out of her neck. Now I can hear my boy screaming out. I could hear footsteps going upstairs to my children. My 13-year-old son, Matthew, he began to cry out, "No, Charlie, no, please don't do this. Why are you doing this?" And for the very first time, I realized Aaron's boyfriend, Charlie, was the killer. I really began to panic. I can't save her, but I gotta get to my children. But I'm trying to get up, and I'm just slipping them on blood. Matthew was shot in the head and in the back of the neck. They went into the next room, which was Aaron's room, and Tyler was hiding in the closet. And they took this samurai sword, and they each took turns stabbing Tyler to death. I'm assuming at this point that even Aaron was dead, and I just collapsed face down. I remember waking up, and I felt real hot. I realized that the house was on fire. I'm choking on blood and smoke, and as I climbed over the bed trying to get away from those flames, that's when I landed on the floor beside Penny, and just to see what I saw was just, can't even put it into words. I just witnessed the murders of my family. I knew I needed to get help and get to my neighbors, but they lived about 400 yards away. I'm on my belly and I'm literally just dragging my body like that. At some points I would find trees and I'd pull myself up, hold on, and I would take 1 or 2 steps and I would collapse and fall face down in the dirt. I said, "God, just let me make it to my neighbors. I gotta identify the killers." The door slings open and there's Tommy Gaston, my neighbor, looking down at me, and he just has this look of shock on his face. I said, "Penny and the boys are gone. Charlie did it. Charlie did it."
Charlie Wilkinson was found within just an hour or two of the murders, laying on a mattress in the back of Charles Wade's brother's trailer. They noticed a pistol laying right by his hand, which turned out to be the murder weapon. There were bullets and ammunition found. They were about to let Charlie put his boots on, and there were what appeared to be blood droplets on the boots. They took him into custody right then. After the detectives took Charlie in to be questioned, they went and asked for a search warrant and got it to go back in to search for evidence. And one of the officers was looking through piles of clothing, and he came across what he thought was a large stuffed animal. And when he touched the hair, he realized it was a human being, and that was Erin Caffey. Erin was found under a pile of clothing by a closet in one of the back rooms of the trailer, laying in a fetal position. She appeared to be disoriented, and she said, "Where am I?" When officers attempted to ask her questions, all she said was fire.
Before I was rushed into surgery, my sister came to me and told me that my daughter Erin was alive. I heard that I had something to live for.
The belief was that she was a victim. So she was taken to the hospital for a sexual assault examination. One of the most striking things about Erin is that she made reference to the fire in the house while she was in the house, but she did not smell of smoke at all.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.